remember it like it was just yesterday. I was packing up my entire life in Tijuana to move to the United States to start a new life. I couldn't stop crying because I knew I did not want to leave my childhood home, my family, my friends. I felt so depressed and scared because I knew adjusting to life in San Diego would be different from Tijuana. My whole childhood, I attended schooling in Tijuana, and I was not sure how I was going to fit in my new school. I was worried that people would only assume that I spoke Spanish or would wonder why I preferred to bring beans and rice rather than eat at the cafeteria. I was packing up all my clothes, my books and posters, and all I could hear was my father's voice in the back of my mind saying, your classmates are all probably going to be white and you should find the Mexican kids and be friends with them. Or he would say, they're not like us. The gringos have different values and different beliefs. I was used to my classmates all being Hispanic, and I didn't think having Caucasian classmates would be that different. But my father's words kept replaying in my head. This made me feel even more scared of my new life. That's how we learn as children. Children believe everything adults say. We agree with them. And our faith is so strong that the belief system controls our whole dream of life. We didn't choose those beliefs. And we may have rebelled against them, but we're not strong enough to win the rebellion. The result is surrender to the beliefs with our agreement. To live in the borderlands means you're neither hispana, india, negra, española, ni gabacha. Eres mestiza, mulata, half-bred, caught in the crossfire between camps while carrying all 5 races on your back, not knowing which side to turn to, run from. It was the first day of high school, the day that I had been dreading. I even pretended to have a stomach ache on the car ride to school just so I could stay home. My palms were so sweaty and my heart felt like it was going to burst out of my chest. As my mother pulls up to the drop-off point, I begin to cry and I beg her to please let me stay home. She refuses and continues to tell me that I will do great and that I will meet new friends. I finally get out of the car and adjust my dress that has been wrinkled on the car ride. And I put a brave face on. As I walk into first period, I choose to sit next to a random girl since I didn't know anyone. As I sat at my desk, I looked around and I started to realize that there was a mix of Caucasian and Hispanic students. My dad was wrong. I remember feeling confused because I assumed that everyone would be Caucasian. During lunchtime, the girl I sat next to in my first period invited me to sit with her and her friends. I was so relieved and so happy that someone wanted to be my friend. As I sat with her and her friends, who were all white boys and white girls, they were typical San Diego teenagers who surfed and skateboarded. I thought they were so cool. They began to ask me questions and wanting to get to know me. They asked me where I was from, and they all were so shocked that I spoke perfect English, even though I was from Tijuana, Mexico. I'll never forget their faces. They looked in utter confusion. They assumed that I would have broken English or a Spanish accent. I remember feeling confused and angry that they assumed this about me. I was just like them. I was born in the United States, for God's sakes. Why would I not know how to properly speak English? From that day forward, I did not tell anyone I was from Mexico. I was so embarrassed and ashamed that my skin was darker, that my hair was not blonde like theirs, like the other girls in my school. I wanted to fit in so badly with my Caucasian friends that I even started to lighten my own hair. I joined the surfing team and stopped speaking Spanish. I didn't even like being in the ocean to begin with. but I was so desperate to fit in with them that I wanted to enjoy the things that they.
We have the tendency to make assumptions about everything. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are the truth. We could swear that they are real. We make assumptions about what others are doing or thinking. We take it personally, and then we blame them by sending an emotional poison into our word. That is why whenever we make assumptions, we are asking for problems. We make an assumption, we misunderstand, we take it personally, and we end up creating a whole big drama for nothing. To live in the borderlands means the mill with the razor white teeth wants to shred you off. Your olive red skin, crush out the kernel, your heart, pound you, pinch you, roll you out, smelling like white bread, but dead.
Fast forward to junior year of high school. I ended up quitting the surfing team and actually joined a sport that I enjoyed. I joined softball and ended up meeting two girls that to this day are my best friends. We immediately bonded over our love for softball and slowly started to realize that we had similar interests. We all liked the same music, from Lana Del Rey to David Bowie. I remember feeling so happy that I finally found people who I connected with. They were both Caucasian, but that didn't matter. They hated surfing as much as I did, and we would laugh at the fact that I was ever on the surfing team. They even enjoyed when I spoke Spanish, and were jealous that they could not. I felt so happy that they accepted all parts of me and did not make me feel like I needed to change. I look back at high school and I wish that I did not put so much pressure on myself to fit in. I wish that I would have taken control of my life earlier and realized that doing these things to fit in didn't make me happy at all. I wanted to hide my true identity. And for what? So I could be popular at school? I now realize that being different from other people is totally okay and nothing to be worried about. Instead, it should be embraced. I now embrace my culture with open arms, and I feel proud to be a Latina. That doesn't mean I'm not proud to be an American, and I realize that these are both part of my identity. That is why it is important for you to master your own dream. That is why the Toltecs became dream masters. Your life is a manifestation of your dream. It is an art, and you can change your life anytime if you are enjoying the dream. Dream masters create a masterpiece of life. They control the dream by making choices. Everything has consequences, and a dream master is aware of those consequences. To survive in the borderlands, you must live sin fronteras. Be a crossroads.